Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Whee! What's happening? I'm Papples, and today I'm making another attempt at the Stanley Parable. I really wanted to see what else I could do. It seems like there's a lot of options in terms of like endings you could get, and I'm wondering just how different some of them are. So without further ado, I have one ending in mind that I really want to see, just because I think it might be kind of entertaining after the last response, so to speak, that he gave at what I did. So, we can go ahead and mess with the environment again.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
It's not Stanley, it's Papples. I don't want to listen to Stanley's story, I want to start my story. I'm not going to click on everything.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yes, they
What
were.
could it mean?
I don't
Stanley
know.
decided to go to the meeting room.
We'd
Perhaps
better
he'd simply
figure it
misremembered.
out. Oh yeah, by the way. Username access. Can't read that. You can't get closer to read it. Fine. Turn you off. See, also...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
Down.
upstairs to his boss's office.
There were a few differences that I remembered. The main one was that this was actually somewhere I could go.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my
That's not how you
co-workers
count.
blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
1,
And as
2,
Stanley
B, and
pondered
4.
this, he began to make other strange observations.
That's not how you
For
count.
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last,
Ooh.
he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
It's not a dream.
Oh, what a
This is
relief Stanley felt to have finally
real
found an
life.
answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He
is
wasn't going to
repeating.
lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself
Lucid.
flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh no.
Then
Oh,
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still
no, it's not. This is an acid trip.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One
Why?
he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Why haven't I woken up
Is there
yet?
a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Oh,
Now
wait.
the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
No,
I'm
'cause-
dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd... and
I don't
wondered if
like
voice
this.
spoke
This
to
is
all
messed
people in
up.
their dreams,
Let me
the
out.
truth was that,
Let
of
me
course,
out of this.
This was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself?
I want to
Believing
get
that
in the
if
car
he's
and drive
asleep, he
away.
doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever
No.
been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words
Acid
was quite a
trip.
shock to Stanley.
No.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the
But
voice
it's not a
seem
dream.
flow to make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
How?
So he closed his eyes gently,
No.
and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
No.
Please. It's all
What?
I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job.
I want
all I want is my life
a little bit of
exactly
control
the way
in
it's always
this.
been.
That's what
My
I
life
want.
is normal.
Shut up,
I am
environment.
normal.
No, I'm not.
Everything will be fine.
This is an acid trip.
I am okay.
No, I'm not okay. Only people who aren't okay say that they're okay. Oh, look at that. We're still where we were.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Why is that
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay, so we have seen Stanley be the absolute hero. Okay, I'm in my office. This is not my office. 427. This isn't my office. What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What? Okay, once again. Oh. Welcome to the whiteboard ending. What? What is...
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office.
Yes,
but
he
didn't
did.
make a single difference. Nor
Okay.
did it advance the story in any way.
So that will lead me there. No, I want the whiteboard ending. This is... Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Is it the whiteboard ending? Nothing happens if I touch it. Okay, so we've seen Stanley be the hero of the story. We've seen Stanley just kind of break everything and kind of be the villain, if you will. And now he's just a psychotic dude who went on an acid trip and ran around the city.
Two open doors.
Yeah, shut up.
Door on his left.
No, I didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions.
It's a miracle he wasn't fired. Yeah, blah blah blah. We're gonna go play on the cargo lift.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
You're right, we have.
I'm not sure. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay. So, now we're back. Wait, why are the lights out? We haven't gotten to roll credits yet. I'm in purgatory now. Yep, back in purgatory. Alright.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Whee!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, see, the lights are on again, and now it's back to where we were.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
There's a difference again. Shut all your computers off. People are wasting power. Waiting input. Input detected. What? Oh, I'm finding things. I want to push the keyboard again. Your input received. Yes, but what else? What other inputs can I give you? Wait, hold on. What if I turn this off? Go away. Push button. Wait, can I push these buttons? That wouldn't make sense, but I'm gonna try it. See? We gotta bother the environment because the environment tells us to not do things that we're supposed to actually do. Input received. What? Stand on their desk, sit on their chair, push their keyboard. Crappy old computer. Use the keyboard once and it breaks. How terrible is that?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Extra secret.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yeah, sure ya. We've done this already. Okay. Is there anything over here? That is... I am lost. I can see nothing. I have lost my pathing. Oh, where am I going? Oh. Okay, we're just back to where we were. That was almost... Ah! Oh, that actually scared me again. I was afraid I got lost before.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I didn't.
Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Cool. Do you think I'm going to change?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
That was ominous. Yay, it's a hole. Okay. Environment, you keep telling me to do things. I keep saying I'm not going to. Oh!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
Oh my!
He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
Oh, that's a thing.
Loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Well done, Stanley. Well done indeed. Hi. Goodbye.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? 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 That's... What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Lady, you saved me? I'm so When
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, Death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? What the? That's... Okay, this is handedly my favorite ending to this so far, because that is so cool. Warzone. On a battlefield fighting aliens? What? Oh my god, that would have been amazing! I don't think I've seen a single game do something like this before, and I'm sure there is something out there that has this. But this is genuinely cool. The fact that it's got all these different development stages of the game and everything else. That's awesome. That is genuinely awesome. Oh, wait. Exit. Okay, so this is the end of this particular. Ooh.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I can't see anything.
Perhaps not.
Who are you?
Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
What?
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let
I'm kidding.
time choose.
I guess we're just gonna end it there. That is awesome. I never got an actual, like, scrolling credits. So it's just, apparently, is that the whiteboard end? Is that actually the whiteboard ending? Or, like, is that the purgatory ending? I am so confused. But, anyways, if you like this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. Really helps me out. If you're new to the channel and enjoyed this madness, consider subscribing. It is greatly appreciated. If you want to get notified when videos go live, make sure to hit that bell notification icon. And formalities aside, I'm Papples, and I'll catch you later.